Hey world, it's me, Dee. I am going to make one of the best lasagnas you've ever made or had or tasted. I'm going to show you my ingredients that I use, things that you can do. Sometimes people may make it a little bit different, but I'm going to show it Dee style. It's the way I like it. It's the way I do. All right, so let me get my ingredients together and I'm gonna show you the way we do. So here's a list of all the ingredients that I will be using. Some of it out my garden, some of it from the store. I'll point to you out everything is. Here is the fresh basil that I have from my garden. This is fresh garden oregano. And it smells so good. This is parsley. You can use this, it's optional. This right here is some fresh thyme leaves. And again, this stuff smells amazing. I have one onion, I have a garden tomato. I only use one garden tomato at this point because I am going to be using, if you see here, I have organic diced tomatoes and juice. And here's another diced tomatoes and juice. I also have my eggs I'll be using. Here is the oven ready lasagna. I get those. You can buy the lasagna that you boil first and then you place it in the pan, but I don't like to do that. I like to have my lasagna already done. Just saves a step. I have ricotta cheese for 1, 2. I'm making 2 batches. I have some sea salt to season my meat. I have the garlic here. I do have some garlic cloves, but I'm being a little lazy. Don't feel like cutting up cloves. Even though I have a food processor, some mozzarella cheese and Italian style cheese. As far as the meat, I will be using 3 packs of the organic grass-fed ground beef. There's 3 of them. The reason it looks like that is because it's all connected. So I'm also going to use some turkey Italian. You need sweet Italian style sausage and another sweet Italian style sausage. Now, you can separate sometimes what I do. Instead of using ground beef, my daughter's just, she's craving beef because she is pregnant. But you can use ground turkey and ground chicken. I've done that. Again, you can use ground turkey and ground chicken. I have done that before. And it tastes really good to me. I'm not really a big beef eater, but I will do it. I will do it. It's not a big deal. But yeah, let's get started cooking, y'all. I'm gonna cut everything up and I'm going to prepare the pan so that we can put everything in it. While I'm doing that, just so you know, as usual, always got me something. This is my hot tea. Today it is a lemon detox tea, and it is, let me see if I can see the other. So lemon, I do herbal teas and dandelion tea. I just mix them sometimes because that's just like what I like to do, okay? Yes, love it. All right, let's get cooking. As you can see, my meat's on cooking. Right now, I'm getting ready to herb the herbs and the seasonings in that. So you guys, guess what I didn't realize? That I forgot one of the main ingredients. Oh my goodness. I forgot. Guess what? You guessed it, Mr. Bell Pepper. Oh my goodness. It's organic bell pepper, but I forgot my bell pepper. Can you believe that? All right, so Hold on while I get this prepared along with the rest of them, the other herbs. So as you can see, beautiful people, I got my onions in here. I got my bell pepper, my oregano, all my spices are in there. I am going to put this now into my pot with my meat to let that cook. So we will be grabbing that and we'll take it over to the pot to let it cook. All right, so now everything's in there. Those little seeds that you see in there, that is fennel. Fennel wakes up the flavor of lasagna. That is one of my secret key ingredients that most people don't know that I use, but I put fennel in there. My garlic is in there. All my seasonings are here. And this, yes, and you let all that blend. Now, when I put my salt in there, just know when the salt goes in there, I salt it to taste. I do not measure my salt. I just do it to taste on what I want and how I want. But yeah, this is gonna be awesome. It's gonna be make for a great lasagna. Look at that steam coming out of that. Yes. All right. Look at that steam there. All right. One of the other things I've added now is tomato. That tomato that you saw whole, I added it there. And it came out the garden, so it also helps wake up the flavor of all the ingredients that are there. Okay? All right. Look at that. Doing so good. Yummy. Mix it. All right, I'm going to put this down so I can mix it all together. Make sure I get everything at the bottom. So when I drain it, I don't want to, I'm going to drain it and get all the extra juice because you don't want all the extra grease and juice in your mixture. You do not want all that extra juice. It's full of flavor, but you don't want it all in your mixture, okay? Now, while I'm doing that, and the meat is still cooking and finishing up before I drain it, because I am about to drain it, what I want to do is preset my oven to 375. Okay? So now my oven is preheated to 375. Now I've added my 2 cans of drained diced tomatoes. I did drain it because you don't want it to be soupy. And because I added tomatoes have a lot of acid. I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of sugar in there just to cut some of the acid. Okay, just a little bit. And then you mix that up. Well, oven's ready. Now it's time to make the cheese sauce. All right, I added additionally some tomato sauce. Y'all see that? Let them flavors go together. And while I'm gonna put this on simmer, on lower temp, while I am making the cheese sauce. And there we go. See, it still got juice. But it'll be all right because it's all going to absorb. The rest of it should absorb into the lasagna noodles. Doesn't that look good, you guys? All right. That looks wonderful. Doesn't that look good? That's wonderful. All right. All right, now I'm gonna make the cheese sauce. I am gonna grab my ricotta cheese. I have 2 of them. Oh my goodness, can't even open it. There's one. Woo, yay. Oops, sorry about that, you guys. These things are hard to open. Well, at least you know they seal tight. Now, when I was making the sauce, just want to go back on that for a minute. Know that you don't have to use diced tomatoes. If you want to use just tomato sauce and tomato paste, you can. It's a similar base, almost kind of like a spaghetti sauce, I guess, kind of. But yeah. All right, so I am going to add the whole bag of mozzarella. And the size of these containers for the ricotta cheese that I'm using is a 32 ounce cans. I have a 16 ounce bag of mozzarella cheese. Yes. Now that's gonna make it cheesy. And then I also have this Italian style cheese. And in here, it has some extra stuff that I like. It does have some more mozzarella, some provolone, Parmesan, which is very strong in flavor. I also have the other Parmesan cheese, Romano cheese, Fontina cheese, and Asiago cheese, which I love Asiago cheese. Like if you have Asiago cheese bagel, you're doing something. Or even bread, a baguette or something with Asiago cheese on it, you're doing something. All right, I'm gonna cut this. And we're gonna dump the Italian cheese in. Now this is gonna be a cheesy lasagna. So I'm lactose intolerant, so I'll do a lot of dairy or cheese. But because I'm doing it, I know that I'm going to need to take something. And here's the Parmesan cheese. And the size Parmesan cheese is I got, it's Frigo, shredded Parmesan cheese, and this is a 5 ounce container, if you can see that. Okay? Then, to make it all bind together, we are gonna use our eggs. You can see that. Okay. And I am just going to simply crack. I'm gonna use 3 eggs instead of 4. And see how it works. That's 1. 2. And 3. Now, say that's a lot of chess. Right. Grab a spoon and mix it up. Wipe my hands off because it got eggs on it. Alrighty, and then you just simply mix it all in. And if I need more eggs, then I'll use more eggs. And when I mix, kind of go from the outside in to fold it in. This is gonna have a lot of flavor. Parmesan cheese is very flavorful. Asiago cheese is very flavorful. Provolone cheese is very flavorful. So I use some very, very flavorful cheese in here. Ooh, look how thick that is, honey. And when I take my meat sauce, because I don't want to make sure it doesn't have a lot of extra juice, I'm gonna use a spatula, a big spoon with the holes in it, like the strainer spoon. And mix that real good. Ooh, that makes your arms tired. All right, I'll be right back. Let me just stir this up real good and put some of this stuff away. I'll be right back. All right, so now I have everything ready. There is the sauce, the cheese sauce. There is the tomato sauce. And next to it is the lasagna noodles, if you just look there. And I am going to use a tin foil pan. And I use tin foil pans because lasagna sticks to the bottom of stuff and don't always want to do that. So I'm going to layer it. Let me show you how to do it. Layer at the bottom with some sauce. We're gonna make a big old gigantic pan. Alright. So you want to kind of layer enough in the sauce in the pan. And you want to spread the sauce because you want the noodles to cook. The sauce to cook the noodles. But you don't want it wet. Too wet. Okay? A little bit more. A little bit right there. I think that is perfect. So you should get it evenly covered as such. If you can see that. Then I'm going to take my noodles and we're going to lay them on it. Now, the reason why I got this kind of pan versus the other kind of pan, I'm going to break this in half, is because they were out of the perfectly square ones at the store. You got to kind of improvise. Normally I make my lasagna noodles the other way, the long way. I guess it really doesn't matter, but scoop them over. And I don't like any part that's not, it all needs a noodle. So I'm gonna break some of these up, which is not normally how I do it, but this is what I have to work with. So that's what I'm gonna work with, because that's what I got to work with. And just do your best to cover it. Okay, then we add some cheese sauce. I said, that's gonna be some good sauce. You spread the cheese sauce over that. And when you put it in the oven on 375, you're gonna put it in there about 2.5 hours. You should see the cheese and stuff bubbling on top. I do have more. I'm gonna sprinkle the top with, people do mozzarella, but you can sprinkle it with mozzarella at the top, Parmesan at the top, whatever it is that you want at the top. But you're gonna layer. On top of the sauce, the cheese sauce, you're gonna put the tomato sauce. It's going to be evenly layered. And then you're just going to keep repeating. So, you do this one the way I like to do it. This is the way I like it. Because that one got there. All right, and now you've completed adding everything, and so you end with the final layer of the mozzarella cheese. And you can end the mozzarella cheese. Now that we're all finished, you end the last layer with Parmesan cheese and mozzarella cheese. This is the mozzarella. And it's the actually, I do it with the mozzarella Italian blend, the one I showed you before. And then we're gonna add some Parmesan cheese. I gotta open this one. Oh my goodness. All right, sorry about this, you guys. I have to go check on the baby. Anyway, got the mozzarella, the Italian mixture of the mozzarella provolone, Asiago mix, and that's there. And then we're gonna also put the Parmesan cheese. And again, Parmesan cheese wakes up the flavor. Alrighty. Alright, so once you got your mozzarella and mixture and your Parmesan mixture on there, what you want to do is we want to take some aluminum foil. I want to get some cooking spray. Just some regular vegetable oil cooking spray. And let me grab the foil. You want to grab your foil. This is also a new roll, so hold on a minute. First part, because it got glue on it. Alright. So roll your foil out. That's about it. The foil out. And what I am going to do is turn the foil so you can see it. And I'm going to put cooking spray on my foil so that it doesn't stick to the cheese. What do you want to do? And that's what prevents it from sticking to the cheese. one piece. Another piece. All right, we're gonna put it in the 375-degree oven, and we're gonna cook it until the cheese and everything melts in. Depends on your oven. It can take maybe up to an hour. I would say an hour and a half to maybe 2 hours. I like to cook mine because I like my noodles, the type of noodles I used. I like to make sure that they are nice and soft. All right, so there's the homemade lasagna done Dee's way. I make it because people genuinely love it, and when I do make it, it's gone. And it doesn't taste like the traditional lasagna. The fennel seeds, I've come to learn, changes the whole dynamic and the flavor of lasagna, and it really makes it stand out and makes it more flavorful. So that's that. If you like what I did, like, comment, subscribe. Well, you know, I'll show you the finished product when it's done.